As we let the ice freeze here for the third period. We'll recap the first 40 minutes here. Sherwood Park scoring to go up 1-0 in the first minute and a half. Here, Icemen having a 3-2 lead late into the second period. Sherwood Park able to capitalize shorthanded to tie the game at 3. I will tell you now that Kane Jordan is in net for your Icemen, so Perkis not on the ice between the pipes for this final 20 minutes, and Jordan has stepped in. Puck worked back in. It's below the goal line, and Carrier will pick it up. Centering pass goes into a skate and goes back behind the net. Nice pass up by Sawyers up to Gwinnett, and he'll put it to the end wall and give chase. Knapczyk, Weeks, Gwinnett, Ferris, and Homulus. Knapczyk. Good job by Ferris. Try to hold that in momentarily, and good job by Weeks to support. Weeks will fire that in again and get a line change in. Vanderham, Binder out here now for your Icemen. Binder picks that off. Vanderham forced the turnover. Binder has it. Binder muscled off the puck. That centering pass doesn't work. That's moved back into the Icemen zone. Homulus sends that up and over the glass by the penalty box. Homulus and Ferris on defense now. Vanderham in to take the draw with Binder and Baines up front. Not caught cleanly by Sherwood Park, and Binder is going to force the turnover. It's a 2-on-1. Binder looks to Baines, misfires, and then off the crossbar. Baines with a glorious look as Hickey sold out for the shot, and Baines finds himself staring at a yawning cage. Misfires and then hits the crossbar. Rebound by Binder. Great job by Ferris to get that to the net. Another rebound, shot, another post. The Icemen all over Sherwood Park right now, unable to connect. Puck kept in here. This is the end of a line change, and Binder sails that up over the net on the glove side of Hickey. Vanderham, cross, back door. Baines tries to go back to Binder for the backdoor tip-in. And another save by Hickey as he sprawls out to make the save on Baines. Five shots alone on that shift by Vanderham, Baines, and Binder, but unable to solve Hickey as he had the answer at every turn. At any rate, if you want to follow that up with another great shift, the momentum is definitely tilted in the Icemen's favor here to start this third period as the Icemen put on relentless pressure that shift. Good job by Sawyers to keep that in. Giamaroli finishes his check in the corner. Perosny with the puck to Smith. Forehand, backhand. Tries to tuck it between the legs of Hickey. It's going to give coincidentals here to Giamaroli and his Sherwood Park counterpart, who have a good chit-chat on the way to the sin bin. The official says 2 for slash Giamaroli and 2 for head contact Sherwood Park. So coincidentals, Giamaroli and his partner in crime whispering sweet nothings to each other over the glass partition in the penalty box. They will do that for a full 2 minutes on the Quincy's. And we will continue on 5-on-5. Sawyers will pick that up. Bounce past Knapsack just out of reach. Icemen, good job on the pressure. Got to keep this up and hunt for that go-ahead goal as force another turnover again. Gwinnett tries to chip it into free ice. That doesn't work. Sherwood Park tries to get that out on the high aerial, and he misfired on that. Gwinnett and Knapsack will be pounding the puck carrier down on the far wall on the half boards. Weeks in there to try to dig that out. Foot and Sawyers gets that back at the point. Fended off by Hickey, and a centering pass just misses the stick of Gwinnett. Pass to the weak side, and Sawyers steps up on his man just at the blue line. Weeks tries to hit Gwinnett in stride. That doesn't work. Baines with a great chip pass to Weeks, and he's drives over the blue line to the top of the circles, but no further. Carrier tries to get that back in. That hits a stick and goes up into the neutral zone, and his D partner Homulus will step up, and Vanderham will pick it up. Fired it into a skate. That's blocked by McLennan. The D-man took that low in the extremities and prevented that from making its way to Hickey. Sherwood Park will clear that down for an icing, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Sherwood Park zone. Shots on goal in this period, 7-0 in favor of your Icemen. A flurry of shots, and Hickey has stood on his head to start this period to keep his team tied at 3 apiece. Dangerous play there as Baines tries to get around his man, doesn't work. Homulus steps up. Sherwood Park almost countered with an odd man rush there. Binder will bring it back into the zone. It's picked up by Westerland, and he'll put it back in behind the Sierra zone, behind the Sierra net. Binder forced off the puck up the blue line. Sierra will have to pick it up again. Vanderham to Baines. Baines will come in on the near boards. Drop it back to Vanderham. Catches him. Fired right into the midsection of Hickey, who was down in the butterfly, and caught it right in the crest for a whistle. Perosny centering Smith and Giamaroli. Face off cleanly won and Sawyer shot that, and it went off of Sherwood Park forward. Sawyer tries to chip that up and out. Doesn't work. Ferris, good stick at the blue line to prevent that entry. And Jordan sees his first action as the puck bounces in off him. And that puck skips awkwardly down the ice for an icing. Short shifts here for Coach Ferris as he'll sub out the forward entourage. Weeks, Knapsack, and Gwinnett come back out. Weeks clean draw in back to Sawyer. He'll move around the boards. Out of the reach of Sawyer, out of the reach of Ferris, and Gwinnett will chip it up to the boards. Up to the blue line, but not out. Ferris filled in along the boards. No worse for wear as the puck is moved back in. As Weeks finishes his check. Gwinnett will pick it up, chip it up the center, but no further. Weeks will lob that in and give chase. Gwinnett, great job to finish his check deep in the corner on the near boards. Force a turnover momentarily, and Sherwood Park's back the other way. Good job by Ferris on the back check. Fired and just misses up over the net on the blocker side for Jordan. Naps is going to have to jump to the wall here to get that. He'll muscle his man off the puck. Gwinnett, centering pass doesn't work to hit Vanderham. Puck chipped down and right at the blue line, turned over, but Sear able to smother that counter and get it out. Knapczyk just able to throw it to below the goal line. Vanderham picks it up on his backhand, moves it up off the boards to Carrier. Carrier fires that through, that misses. Bain sends it back the other way. It's going to rim around and get out. Possibly a 2-on-1 here off the missed shot. Centering pass broken up by Foot. Great job by Foot to get his stick down and break up that centering pass. Bain's back in support. Picks it up. Centering pass again. Broken up by Vanderham. Sherwood Park trying to get that puck to the front of the net at any cost. D-man pinching down for Sherwood Park. Right to the hash marks looking for that feed. That did not miss by much as Chernowenowicz spin cycle there, spins around 360 or 180 and tries to go far side on Jordan, just missed low. And a subsequent shot into the mix section of Jordan is covered up for a whistle. Shots on goal 29-22 in favor of your Icemen. We're knotted at 3 here, 11:45 remaining in the third period. Sherwood Park waved out of the face-off circle. Thiessen gets waved out. Brosny, Smith, and Giamaroli up front with Homulus and Ferris. Good job by Ferris to get a stick lift there and not allow his man access to the puck in the slot. Smith tries to move up the wall. That doesn't work. He'll break that off. Giamaroli muscles his man off the puck. Going to give Smith a holding. That's a little questionable there as players spun around to try to get away. And at any rate, Smith will go to the sin bin for holding. Sherwood Park will go on the power play. Sherwood Park getting some zone time here and results in drawing a penalty. Gwinnett and Weeks to start this penalty kill. D to D. Fired in on Jordan. Have to be sharp to find that through traffic and then cover it up for a whistle. Looks like Sawyer and Carrier. Note that Carrero is not in the lineup as well as Cologne tonight, so running with 5D, not 6 like I'd mentioned. My apologies. Don't know the reason for the absence for Carrero, but at any rate, Sawyer has done a great job on the back end in relief. Puck work to the outside wall, move back up. Melnick will move it over to his D partner. Fired in through traffic, and Jordan is able to steer that to the corner. Sherwood Park still keeping it in here. Shovel to the net, loose puck, and it's off of skating into the corner. Sawyer's great job to fire that hard off the boards and goes all the way down the ice. Hickey will move that up for a quick up. Sherwood Park looking to counter-attack there. Ooh, that's a very obvious slash with the stick and a chop, the tomahawk by Sherwood Park, but no penalty. Binder looking for the forced turnover. Ford will step up and force the turnover. 42 seconds remaining in the penalty to Smith. We're tied at 3. Could be a 3-on-2 back the other way. Great back check by Foot as he muscles his man off the puck. Romulus will get that back out to center. Sherwood Park will come back in. Drop pass back to the point. Fired through traffic. Jordan kicks that aside with a left pad. Another shot into the midsection of Jordan. He will hold on. Shots almost even at 29 or 29-26. Your Icemen 9-0 in shots to start the period, but with this Sherwood Park power play, they've had 5 or 6 shots on this power play. Another shot through traffic doesn't get through. Good block shot by Gwinnett, but it Sherwood Park's able to get it back and get it back on net. Up to the point, but not out. White will keep it in, and that steered aside by the blocker of Jordan into the opposite corner. Romulus misfires. Great job by Weeks to spin around and chip it out. And Smith is freed from the sin bin. Sherwood Park unable to capitalize on the power play. Ferris hounds his man enough to prevent him from getting a chance. Sawyer looking to lower the boom on the man coming back to the front of the net out of the corner, and no worse for wear either player. Knapsack will give chase. You really have to think this is, I was just going to say, you're really going to have to think this is whoever makes the mistake first. And that was Binder, who capitalized on a forced turnover deep, like in the slot area, unable to get the handle on it as he was looking to go forehand, backhand, and put his Iceman up by one, and looks like Sawyer's going to go off for trip. So there's going to be a penalty to Sawyer's for tripping, and Sherwood Park will go back on the power play. Correction, that'll be Brandon Foote, 2 minutes for tripping, and he does not have a twig. As his stick remained over between the benches, so the fraction a little bit obvious as his stick was sitting out of his hands in the neutral zone. Sherwood Park will win the face-off, move it from low to high, back to the flank, fired through traffic, and that's off a body in front in the opposite corner. Binder and Giamaroli back out of that puck to the point, but not out. Right back in on net. And the quick whistle is, I don't know if the net was off its moorings, but to the dismay of the Sherwood Park fans, that play was blown down. Iceman trying to get the puck all the way down the ice, picked off by Truman, number 4 of Sherwood Park, who had a glorious shot in on net. .137 remaining in the penalty to Brandon Foote for tripping. That pass from Truman into the bumper, Chorneski unable to find it as it went into his feet, and Icemen are able to clear it down the length of the ice and get a sub on the forward PK unit as Binder and Giamaroli come off after doing their job. Gwinnett and Weeks, the second PK unit. Weeks misfires, gets up to Gwinnett. Gwinnett is able to fire that down the length of the ice, and Weeks will give chase. Sawyers will come off. Carrier will come on. Romulus as well out here. Good job to force Sherwood Park back in their own zone here for about 20 seconds. And another infraction as Weeks is going to go for hooking. And the Sherwood Park Kings will get a 5-on-3 for 38 seconds. So Giamaroli's going to be out here. Trusted unit here for Coach Ferris, Giamaroli, Carrier, and Romulus. Face-off won by Sherwood Park. Fired and tipped on net, and Jordan gets that to come right up into the Sierra crest for a whistle. Shots on goal, knotted at 29. 6:50 remaining in this period. Sherwood Park looking to capitalize on a 5-on-3, and that's fired, and I think either hit the Sherwood Park player or hit Jordan, knob of his stick, as that was going upstairs far side over the blocker with Jordan. At any rate, it careened back out and around And back into the Sherwood Park zone and they'll have to tag up. 5-on-3 almost ended here. His foot is out of the box. Sherwood Park, backhand, up over the net, centering pass. Goes right through the blue paint. We're back to 5-on-4. Romulus lowers the boom there. The puck was available. He played the man. D-to-D shot. Great kick save by Jordan. As GM Maroli is able to get the puck in the high slot and clear it all the way down. Sawyer, great job to close off his man just inside the blue line in the Sierra zone. Sherwood Park still has it. 39 seconds remaining. Now 5-on-4. Fired, and that misfires by Thiessen as he wanted that one back. Looking to elevate that one upstairs on Jordan. From the high slot, centering pass in, dribbling puck through the blue paint and steered into the opposite corner. Good job by Gwinnett to try to tie that up and get a whistle. Thiessen for Sherwood Park will move it back up to the top. Fired to traffic, and it beats Jordan on the glove side. And with 5:06 remaining in this third period, Sherwood Park capitalizes on the power play to go up 4-3. Well, if we talk about sense of urgency, adversity, whatever you want to call it, this 5 minutes and 6 seconds is it for your Icemen. Icemen now find themselves trailing by 1 to Sherwood Park 702. Sherwood Park just content to move that puck back down low. Shot through traffic. Giamaroli tries to move that out. He's hounded off the puck. Or misfires, but Foot will pick it up and he'll drive it into the zone. Puck back out to the point carrier. Sails that one back in. Oh, I think he turns it over. Wasn't heard on the initial whistle, but that is blown down on the offside. Well, face off just outside the Sherwood Park blue line. 4:27 remaining in this third period. Final frame. Face off just in front of the Sherwood Park bench. Carrier will clear that in deep. And Binder will give chase. Binder out here with Vanderham and Baines. Foot unable to hold the line. And oh, he did hold the line. And Binder's able to stay in there and hunt down the puck. Foot pinches, he's caught on that. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Sauce pass. Upstairs. Icemen get caught on an odd man rush, and Sherwood Park capitalizes on a 2-on-1. Great pass by the Sherwood Park player to elevate that over the Iceman stick to his teammate. He's able to elevate that up over the glove of Jordan to put Sherwood Park 702 up by 2 here with 3:58 remaining in this third period. You just see Sherwood Park just play a simple game for 3:56 here to get out of this with 2 points. But they have throughout the game had turnovers that have provided the Icemen with opportunities. That is what the Icemen are going to do here, is try to capitalize in short order. And on that note, Gwinnett drives in. They'll move it into the opposite corner and go after it. And Weeks puts that to the front of the net with Knapczyk looking for the rebound, and Hickey will hold on. Karosny, Smith, and Giamaroli will sub out Weeks, Gwinnett, and Knapczyk. Ferris fires that in through bodies, doesn't make its way to the net. Homulus tags up. Shouldn't have been an icing. Sure, Homulus had tagged up at center, but it's blown down on the icing, and the faceoff will come back deep in the Sierra zone.